arguably the best market in the country. And it is a dandy. If you ever come to Seattle, make sure you walk through there. Kings, Sonics, coming up for you next.
I'll be ready to go in a minute.
Take your time. A vacuum.
You like that, don't you?
All right. Thirsty now, ain't you? Little Pepsi. Oh, man. Your vacuum cleaner ate my pants. There's nothing I could do.
Nothing chases chips like a Pepsi. It's the cola.
Around Sacramento, a short drive could be a quick trip to the corner market or a short 45-minute drive to Jackson Rancheria Casino Hotel and Conference Center, where the winners play. Our newest super big winners in just the last few weeks are Joseph from Brentwood, who won $205,000.
I've never won anything, man.
And Kristen from Manteca, who won just over $100,000.
This is unreal.
So next time you think short drive, think Jackson Rancheria Casino Hotel and Conference Center, where friendship is the largest jackpot. Really?
Welcome you back to Seattle. Glad to be with us here on a Saturday evening. And a beautiful look from down below at the Space Needle. They are expecting a full house tonight. And why don't we look at the Kings starting lineup? As usual, Stojakovic, Miller, Devons, Christie, and Bibi Peja has scored 30 or more points in 4 of the last 7 games. And for Seattle, real problems. They've lost 7 of 10. Rashard Lewis, obviously huge in the last 2 games, but without Brent Barry, Antonio Daniels moves into the backcourt with Ray Allen, Potapico, Booth, and Lewis up front for Nate McMillan's Seattle Supersonics. Well, the Kings started this road trip with a win in Cleveland. It was a tough ball game, but they won it 95-89. Stojakovic had 20 in the 3rd quarter. But then they ran into a hot Memphis team and ended up losing 109-95. Dallas, a close game. That game was a lot closer than that score would indicate. But then the Kings bounced back, beating Houston 99-94. And knocking off the world champion San Antonio Spurs last time out 96-91. And you see the numbers against the Sonics, 7 and 6 against Nate McMillan. And Nate McMillan in his 4th season is going to have a real tough time right now without Brent Barry. Jerry, how does that change that team around?
Well, it changes it dramatically. They do not have a lot of depth in the first place, but really Brent Barry was the guy that made sure all the shooters got open looks. Very unselfish player, the best passer, and of course a great shooter. So no way does this not hurt the Sonics team.
Brent, as usual, having his hair combed very nicely. Look at that, 40 games, 50% floor, and also just an outstanding passer.
Well, yeah, he's just one of the most creative passers in this league. I don't know of anyone really any better. Very much John Barry in Denver has the same kind of feel of the game, but Brent, the younger version, can do even more things. So he'll be missed.
So Sacramento looking to go to 4-2 on this 6-game road trip. And Vlade Divac will tell you, he'll be 36 next week. I don't know if he can play better than he did in San Antonio the other evening.
Well, he looked like the 25-year-old version of Vlade Divac, really doing just playing as well as we've seen him. And certainly, it's taking a toll on Vlade, but playing at a high level, playing very confidently.
Divac and Booth, and it will be Seattle with the first opportunity. Antonio Daniels started his career with Vancouver. He's been well traveled and now gets to start for Brent Barry. Here's the matchup we were talking about, and Lewis. Boy, what a bad looking shot that is to start the game.
Yeah, played very well by Peja, but as you said, really got up over Peja, but definitely just overshot the mark for a quality shooter like Richard. That's not a good start.
In the last 2 road games, the Kings fell behind in the first quarter by 11 points. 11-point deficit against Houston. Same thing at San Antonio. They were able to come back. That's a tough pass to handle as the Kings turn it over. So back we go with Seattle.
Well, see, the Sonics kind of zoning up away from the ball that time. Had an extra defender to cover Page as he cut to the hoop.
And Daniels way off target. And Stojakovic, who's been rebounding very well on this road trip, able to bring it up for Sacramento. Bad pass, 2 turnovers on 2 possessions. Now Daniels. Well, if this is any indication, we may go scoreless here in this game.
Well, both teams, you know, just kind of like a couple of boxers in the early round trying to get a feel of the game. Both teams are going to put up a lot of numbers before this is over.
And Daniels for Seattle, so both teams come out cold. Seattle 0 of 3, the Kings 0 of 1 with 2 turnovers.
Well, a good look from Peja, definitely the kind of shot that you want Peja to shoot a lot of, in fact.
Ray Allen, and Seattle's on the scoreboard.
Well, Ray Allen's such a key for this team when he gets big scoring games.
And Brad Miller will go to the free throw line.
Boy, great hustle play. Brad Miller just simply outran Calvin Booth to the hoop. You see Doug Christie keeping his head up, finds Brad, little ball fake, gets Booth to foul him, and just a hustle play results in some point opportunities for Brad Miller.
Booth, as you can see, with the hard foul. So the Kings are on the scoreboard. Time is running out to get your entry into News 10 for the Right Stuff contest. You can win a $1,000 gift certificate to the Good Guys, a year's supply of grilled stuffed beef burritos from Taco Bell, and the opportunity to attend the Kings-Lakers game on April 11th. Log on to news10.net for complete rules and information.
Yeah, you got to get some people to show their amazing skills. I know out in the Sacramento area there's a lot of potential out there.
So Brad Miller and the Kings off the 1 of 2 from the line. It's a 1-point game. Daniels thought about it and now sets up Richard Lewis. And the Kings look to run. They've got numbers. Bibby and Stojakovic. Good recognition by Bibby, and he'll now go to the line as Ray Allen got him. First foul on Allen, second team foul.
Well, excellent fast break by the Kings. Got the ball out quickly off by Vlade Divac. Now watch, it's 2-on-1. Always finding the guy with the best chance to go to the hoop. Here's Mike Bibby, does not have a chance to get it back to Pages, so takes it right to the rack, draws the foul.
Seattle will be in Sacramento on Tuesday. They have to play a game the night before here against Chicago, so they'll be coming into Sacramento on a back-to-back. And then the Kings will have off until Friday as Mike Bibby missing both from the line, and so the Kings a little sluggish. Maybe they ought to get the coffee machines perked up out here. Sacramento looking a little sleepy here in the first 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, really, Mike Bibby just not shooting free throws well of late. Certainly in Houston, just missed so many opportunities.
Daniels with the little lean-in right-hander.
Well, Antonio Daniels, the 3rd pick in the draft several years ago, as you said, went to Vancouver from Bowling Green University. Has been a disappointment, but getting the opportunity to play a lot here in Seattle right now.
And Divac lost it out of bounds. Good defense by Potopico, and Rick Alleman up complaining with the official.
Now here is Vlade spins. What Rick Alleman's saying, look, both players had control of the ball, and Potopico went out of bounds, so but didn't work.
And it's an offensive foul, and it's going to go to Sacramento.
Well, Potopico that time, the famed Ukraine train just throws Vlade Divac out there with the left arm, just throws Vlade backwards. And of course, Vlade, as we know, has some great acting skills to go along with it.
Nice passing, Vlade Divac. And that missed, and Brad Miller has the Kings' first field goal.
Yeah, Vlade had a clean look, did not shoot the ball very well, but as usual, Brad Miller always hustling the board, just brushed aside the smaller Antonio Daniels.
And here's a steal, numbers 3-on-1. Christie. Sacramento has their first lead of the ball game.
Well, beautiful little dish off from Mike Bibby. Finds Doug Christie running the floor. The former Seattle product throws it down.
Boy, Seattle had a golden opportunity to get a big lead on Sacramento here in the first 3.5 minutes, and they did not seize the opportunity. And they turn it over. Well, right now, Seattle looking like a team that's lost 7 of 10 games.
Now watch Mike Bibby here. Really occupies the lone defender. That allows Doug Christie just to run the floor right straight to the hoop. And we see now the Kings back with the basketball. As you said, Sonics very sloppy with the basketball.
Stojakovic posting, but they can't get the ball to him. Shot clock now at 8. And Stojakovic now missing his first 2 shots of this opening quarter. Potapico. And Vitale gets the first field goal. And the Sonics take the lead back.
Well, nice move by Vitale inside there. Kings choosing not to double either one of the Sonic big men. Not necessary.
Peja. There it is. A 3-point basket.
Well, great ball movement when you can find Peja Stojakovic with an open look. And certainly he had one there. That results in good things.
And Potapico again. So back-to-back baskets for Potapico. And we're tied at 8.
Potapico, since he's been in the starting lineup, certainly gives the Sonics a little more offensive punch inside and outside. Now watch as Brad Miller finds Peja in the corner. That gives him time to get a clean look, get his feet set, and you know what happens when Peja gets that kind of time, he's going to score.
Now Christie over Ray Allen. And a nice box out by Rashard Lewis. Christie has had trouble with his shooting on this road trip. Allen, and he misfires from the corner.
Well, both teams will shoot in transition and quickly.
Oh, that's a foul. And Doug Christie will go to the line. Nice job as Ray Allen has picked up a second personal foul. Good recognition there by Christie.
Boy, watch Doug Christie here, as you said, really picks out Ray Allen. Now just ducks in, going hard to the hoop, draws the foul, and that's always a good sign. Not only get Doug to the line, but get Ray Allen in some early foul trouble.
And Ray Allen's going to come out of the ball game. Well, Ronald Flip Murray is in. Ray Allen out.
Ronald Flip Murray.
Well, Murray certainly has proven he can score in this league. When Allen was injured much of the early part of the season, scored about 20 points a game. So Kings have to be aware that Flip Murray certainly can light up the scoreboard as well.
Doug Christie with 4 first quarter points. Ray Allen with just 2 points. We'll have to watch for a while. Boy, you take Ray Allen and Brent Berry out of the Seattle lineup, and boy, you got some problems.
Well, that's 2 of the 3 best all-around basketball players, Rashard Lewis being the 3rd. So really, Kings have got to take advantage of this situation.
Absolutely. Now Christie, oh, nice pass. Bibby, he was so hot he had to make sure he had it. Sacramento struggling, and that is something that we've seen a little bit on this road trip. A slow start to these ball games. Yesterday, a 4-hour flight from San Antonio. They arrived here late in the afternoon as Murray hits his first basket to tie the game at 10.
Well, one thing, though, that Rick Allen probably is happy about the type of shots that the Kings are getting. Certainly, they're getting the shots they want out of their offense. They're good looks. They'll make those shots.
Here's Brad Miller. That missed barely. And you may see Rick Allen go to the bench a little bit earlier than normal here, as the starters right now really struggling. They have missed 7 of 10 from the field. A low-scoring first quarter. Both teams have had open looks. Here's Daniels, 2 to shoot. And the offensive rebound, Booth. That's a bad shot there by Calvin Booth.
Very difficult contested by Vlade Divac.
And there's Rashard Lewis with a lazy reach-in foul. So the Sonics getting a little bit of foul trouble. Sacramento, Seattle, knotted up at 10.
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines from Sacramento to Phoenix for just $59 each way.
You are now free to move about the country.
Our dog Cody loves helping us maintain the quality and service we're known for here at Folsom Lake Ford and Folsom Lake Toyota. But recently we have noticed thousands of these little Cody dogs popping up in the strangest places. Our employees love them so much, we decided to give away one free mini Cody with each test drive. And just like the real Cody, each lovable little Cody dog is your assurance that you will receive the best value, selection, and service around. At Folsom Lake Ford and Folsom Lake Toyota, you are family to us. Just say Cody sent you.
All right, 5:11 left here in the first quarter. The game is tied at 10, and we check in with Jim Kozimora.
You know, Grant, this is the 36th year of Supersonics basketball in Seattle, and this is a franchise with a proud history. In fact, if you look at the 36-year span, 20 times this team has made it to the playoffs. They have had 43 All-Stars, but maybe the pinnacle for them came in the 78-79 season. That is when they made it all the way to the NBA Finals for the second consecutive year against the Washington Bullets. The likes of DJ Dennis Johnson, the Wizard, Gus Williams, current team president Wally Walker, downtown Freddie Brown, and even Jack Sikma, a guy who now sits behind the current Sonics bench, learning the coaching trade. That team coached by one of the great ones, Lenny Wilkins. There you see Jack Sikma. This is a franchise that was very proud to win that final series, 4-1. They won 52 games that year, and 4 times they played the Kings organization, as you know, back in Kansas City at the time, and that KC-Seattle rivalry, 2 wins, 2 losses that year. Guys, we'll see how it is this year. Guys, back to you.
Well, right now a sloppy start as this will conclude the week here with Seattle and Sacramento playing for the 4th and final time on Tuesday night at Arco Arena. So it will be decided in the next couple of days. Doug Christie, good-looking shot there, and Christie now leads all scorers with 6. Good to see Doug Christie get into the offense.
Certainly he is. Definitely looking for his shot, really wanting to make Flip Murray put some pressure on him as well.
Well, I guess if you Rick Allen and you're shooting 36% with 2 turnovers and you're leading, wow, things could be a lot worse, but the Kings taking advantage of some real poor play by the Sonics.
Yeah, Sonics a little sloppy in their ball handling. Patopico there traveling. Vladivas just stepping back, letting him move his feet.
Layup missed. Out of bounds to Sacramento.
Well, Mike Bibby just absolutely missed a layup. The ball just slips out of his hand. Now watch this great pass from Brad Miller. You'll see Mike Bibby, as the ball goes up, just basically kind of slides out of his hand. He'll never have an easier shot than that again. Very frustrating. Mike knows today. Boy, I blew one there, partner.
All right, let's see what Romanovich does as he's in. Last time these two teams met, he caught fire. Stojakovic may have gotten away with a walk. And Brad Miller hits. You heard the reaction from the crowd. Everybody in the building saw it with the exception of 3 officials.
Well, it's one of those things, if that wasn't in travel, I don't know really what you would call it. But
you would call it a hippity hop to the barber shop.
Yes, sir. That would get you all the way to the shop.
And another turnover for Seattle. Stojakovic against, a left-hand layup. What a nice adjustment in midair by Stojakovic.
Oh, just gorgeous. And the lead pass just perfect. It couldn't have been handled any better. And Page, always under control, makes the hoop. Boy, Mike Bibby playing such good defense here of late. Really creating a lot of problems just about each of the last 3 stops.
And Romanovich misfiring in Sacramento. Brad Miller able to come up with it. And a double dribble and a turnover for Seattle.
Now watch Page Stojakovic as he penetrates to the hoop. A little hippity hop almost to the barber shop. There's Vladdy finding Brad Miller at the top. Brad knocks it down. Great ball move. Now watch Mike Bibby gets a hand on the ball. Brad Miller picks up the deflection ahead to Page and uses the left hand for the great finish.
Sacramento with the turnover. Now Lewis, tough shot, fouled from behind by Stojakovic. Speaking of the barbershop, maybe you can tell Brent Berry where it is.
Yeah, he might ought to take a little hippity hop right in there because Brent's a great young player, but and there's Luke Gridden there maybe trying to go for a different version of the Brent Berry look, but you know, we've got to tell Brent that the 70s are over.
Yeah. Don't tell him that, though. He lives right on the beach down in Southern California. He goes surfing every morning.
Actually, our producer, Michael Dino, I think likes that hairstyle.
Yeah.
Because he has hair, and there's
Jim Zorn, the former Seahawks quarterback, the outstanding left-hander. No hair on that man, Bobby Jackson. Hey, speaking of Brent Berry, isn't it interesting that the day that John comes back for the Denver Nuggets, Brent goes on the injured list?
Well, you just can't have two Berries playing at the same time. I think that's a rule. I'm not sure, but I think it is.
So it's 16-11. By the way, Denver beating Dallas earlier this afternoon in Dallas.
You know how much John got to play in that game as we see Peja getting a clean look. Boy, the great hustle play. Brad Miller just simply taking it away from a couple of Sonics because he wanted it more.
And Brad Miller extends the lead to 7.
No, this is just a matter of a guy going for the basketball. You see, several people had opportunities to get it. Brad Miller went and got it.
Well, I'll tell you, he got it to a point of 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists already. There's another guy that should be on the All-Star team.
Well, if he's not, there just isn't one. I mean, he really has meant so much to this Kings basketball team, and just a complete basketball player, doing all the little things.
A 9-1 run by Sacramento, and they lead it by 8. Luke Ridenour in with Katopico, Radmanovic, Lewis, and of course we told you about Flip Murray. That's a bad pass, but went off the hands of Miller. That should have been the 7th Seattle turnover. They got lucky right there.
Yeah, that was almost such a bad pass. It was hard to intercept. I think Brad Miller was actually thinking about what he's going to do with it and wasn't able to corral it.
Well, both teams very sloppy with the basketball. We have had 10 combined turnovers with 2:42 left in the first quarter. But the Kings have the 19-13 lead.
AM/PM is proud to be the official convenience store of the Sacramento Kings.
Want to get a great $6 restaurant burger without the restaurant? The low-carb $6 burger with 6 grams of carbs. New at Carl's Jr.
Well, a lot of Kings fans here in Seattle watching this one. Kings on top 19-13. And speaking of News 10, Jennifer, Jonathan, and Jane are going to the Oscars on News 10. But first, News 10 is giving you a behind-the-scenes look at the Oscar-nominated film Lord of the Rings. That's tonight after the game. Elijah Woods talks about the 4-year journey to Middle-earth and how the experience has changed him. News 10 is counting down to the Oscars. That's tonight after the game on News 10. A lot of Kings fans here. And how about that? Could be the youngest fan here in this building.
I think it might be. Well, you do. You see the Kings jerseys all over the building, Kings signs all over the building, a lot of News 10 signs as well.
Kings go to the bench with Sangaila, Bobby Jackson. And missing, and boy, Stojakovic had the ball roll off his hands. Boy, this is awful. It's a good thing that these guys aren't sitting at the table drinking coffee, or there'd be a big mess.
Yeah, well, Brad Miller just misplayed a couple there, but looks like the ball may be square. They might want to try to get the thing rounded up a little bit here. Both teams very sloppy, a little careless.
That's 7 turnovers for Seattle. Bobby Jackson now doubled. Brad Miller open. And Katopico had a foul there. I think Christie got him from behind. Yep, it's on Doug Christie, and that is his first personal foul. And now Jerome James will come in. Boy, did you read the article in the local paper today about Jerome James, that they're thinking about maybe not picking up the option?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I was thinking that. It's like, my goodness, if he and his agent are feeling like that they can get more money out there in the free agent market, it's like, whoa, what are you thinking? Making $5 million a year, and sometimes you wonder what people are thinking.
Here's Rittenauer. A two-point basket. Luke Rittenauer. And Sacramento's lead is 4.
Well, Luke Rittenauer getting a chance to play a little bit now that Brent Barry's hurt, but the rookie out of Oregon, very gifted ball handler. A little bit weak physically, but has a chance to be a very good player. As we see Page again getting a good look.
Miller waited too long. That's off Christie. If he had that back, he would have shot it right away.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's nobody to fake out. Really, he faked himself out because he was open when he caught it.
And it's out of bounds. Turnover number 8. Good reach in by Christie to knock the ball off the leg of Murray, and so Sacramento gets a break right there. Kings look like a team that's been on the road for 11 days, a little sluggish, but they do have the lead. And folks, believe me, and Jerry, you know this better than I do, but I don't care what team. When you're at the end of a long road trip, you'll see a lot of sloppy play at times.
Well, no question, but really the Kings are kind of doing it to themselves. The defense of the Sonics really haven't created any problem.
That's a force by Christie. And Jerome James has it. Taken away by Miller. He's fouled. Put it in the book. That's sent him to the line. Brad Miller taking advantage of a sloppy outlet by James, and Miller already with 10 points in this first quarter.
Well, it's just great hustle play. Here again, Jerome James gets control of the ball, keeps it up too high. There's Brad Miller from behind, does not know where Brad is. There's Brad, puts the ball up to the basket. This time doesn't waste time faking, and draws the foul as well.
And Miller has 11, and he's on his way to a triple-double with 7 rebounds and 3 assists.
I think he could have had a triple-double already this quarter if he had maybe fumbled a couple of balls. But so Brad's definitely got his game face on.
Sacramento shooting 38%, and they lead it by 7. Big surprise. Seattle just turned the ball over. Here's Jackson. And Stojakovic with the tip.
Well, a great hustle play. Page Stojakovic knew that Bobby Jackson would probably score the ball, but you can't take that for granted. He's on the basket and gets the tip.
That's 10 turnovers for Seattle.
Well, I don't know what the record is for one quarter, but the Sonics may be going for it here.
Rebounded out of bounds off Lewis, and the Kings with 15 seconds left will have the final opportunity.
And should get the final shot. That's what Rick Alman wants to remind them. Make sure you get the last shot.
Well, they've got the specialist out there, Bobby Jackson, who may be the best in the league in this department. Bobby from 3. That one misfired, and James and the Sonics do not get a shot off. So we have played 12 minutes of basketball, and thanks to 10 Seattle turnovers, Rick Alman's team has capitalized on 13 points off turnovers, and they lead this one at the end of one, 24-15.
And now, another exciting episode of Road Kings, brought to you by the Folsom Auto Mall.
I like it.
What if the deals are real? What if tomorrow you could have the car, truck, van, or SUV of your dreams at a price you can afford? Isn't that worth driving for? Isn't that worth buying for?
Do you have the right stuff? Hoops, that is. Crazy, funny, unbelievable basketball shots. News 10 and the Sacramento Kings want you to send us your best basketball shot on or off the court. Go ahead and make your own. Shoot your VHS tape over to News 10, and you might see yourself Mondays on News 10 Good Morning or during a Kings game. And wait, there's prizes. But hurry, contest ends February 8th. Need more? Visit news10.net. It's a slam dunk.
Just think of us as a giant dressing room for your home. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Come in and try something on.
Sacramento with the lead after one, 24-15. Hope you're with us on Friday as the Kings will host the San Antonio Spurs. That's Friday at 7:30 right here on News 10 as Sacramento looks to make it 2 straight over the Spurs. Brad Miller, boy, what a first quarter he had.
Well, he has been the difference maker thus far, doing a little bit of everything, which is what Brad Miller does. Here, Blotty misses a shot. Brad in around the basket. Great hustle play, gets the finish. Now Page misses a shot out top. Here again, there's Brad Miller around the offensive rebound for the second chance point opportunities. So Brad's finding a way to score without the kind of the abnormal ways. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and had a couple other easy scoring opportunities. So he has definitely been the difference maker thus far.
Well, the Kings are going to put Anthony Peeler into the ball game along with Bobby Jackson staying out there, Sangaila, Stojakovic, and Miller, the man we were just talking about. Obviously, the message in the Sonics huddle, I would think, was pretty simple. Hey, guys, let's hang on to the ball.
Yeah, let's get a shot occasionally.
Now Miller thought about it. And Peja, a little bit fatigued. He just looked at me coming onto the floor and exhaled as if to say, man, I'm tired. And he has been bothered by a head cold all week. And there is Ridnour. It's 24-17.
Well, yeah, Peja just had a great scoring opportunity the last time. He had Jerome James had to switch out on Peja, so he was one-on-one against Jerome and had a clean look. So not Peja-like in that attempt.
Peja did not attend the team shoot-around this morning. Instead, resting at the hotel. Bobby Jackson, no. And that's out of bounds off of Jerome James. Mike Bibby will come back into the game. Stojakovic will sit. Tony Massenberg enters as well.
Kings going with a real small lineup here, but a reasonably athletic one. That time Darius Sangaila, just a great hustle play to get the ball, keep it in the Kings' possession.
Peeler gets a nice pick from Massenberg, and here is Tony from the baseline, short. And Ridnour starts for Seattle. Nice passing. The rookie from Oregon to make it a 5-point game. Ridnour off the bench now to 6. Peeler from 20.
Well, that quiets the crowd a little bit, but Luke Ridnour really kind of catching lightning in the bottle sometimes when you're playing guys that don't usually play. They can put up some impressive numbers, and the rookie's kind of got it going now.
And here's Flip Murray. And Jackson, and he's fouled by Ridnour. A good foul there. He saved the basket as Bibby would have been wide open. And Bobby Jackson said clear path, but they say no. Well, Anthony Peeler with a good look there, and good to see him hit his first shot. You see the contact.
And watch Luke Ridnour, as you say, good foul, saved the basket. Mike Bibby would have been out in the open court.
26-19. Jackson, a little off balance. And Ray Allen has it. Bobby Jackson is 0-4 here in the first half. Oh, nice pass from Allen to Flip Murray. Beautifully done.
Well, Ray Allen, drawing all the defenders to him, found Flip Murray open. So, you know, a great player like Ray Allen definitely draws the double teams.
Now Massenberg works on Jerome James. That was nicely done.
It certainly was. A little one-on-one too quick for Jerome. Just shot that half hook over the top of Jerome. So that's a nice matchup for Tony Massenberg.
28-21. Maybe daring Ridnour to shoot the long-range jumper. Instead he goes to Murray. Same spot, different result. Offensive rebound, Jerome James, and a new shot clock. To the hands of Massenberg. Kings 3-on-2 the other way. Bibby stops, pops, won't go, and that's a loose ball foul on Peeler. And when we come back, it will be Seattle basketball. Well, the Sonics, a nice play by the veteran Ray Allen, but it's the Kings leading by 7.
Like things fast? Rapid Rewards from Southwest Airlines, the fastest way to a round-trip award. Get your award even faster with double credit when you rent your car from Alamo. Visit southwest.com/Alamo for details.
You're now free to move about the country.
If you bought a Ford or Dodge pickup lately, we've got 2 words for you. So sorry. Because Chevy Silverado won Car and Driver's Best Pickup Award for the last 3 years. Not to mention Chevy half-ton pickups have a better resale value. Get a specially equipped 2004 Silverado with option packages, including Vortec V8, fog lamps, locking rear differential, and more. And get a $2,000 discount for a total value of $4,500. Here's a few more words for you. See your local Chevy dealer.
Well, I don't know if the Kings have a MVP, but there's nobody more valuable than that man right there, Bobby Jackson. And for more on B-Jacks, here's Jim Kozimor.
Well, Grant, you're absolutely right. Any good team in the NBA has a good bench, and for the Kings, there may be no one more important than that man, Bobby Jackson, last year's Sixth Man of the Year. He hasn't scored yet. You know he'll put something on the board before the night is said and done. But let's take a look at some of the best scorers off the bench in the entire NBA. And down in Dallas, they've got a good one. In the offseason, they acquired Antoine Jamison, almost 16 a game. There you see Bobby chiming in at over 14 a game. Al Harrington on the playoff Indiana Pacers. Bonzi Wells plays with Memphis, started with Portland, has done a good job off the bench. And a former Sonic, Desmond Mason, is a guy who has scored very well. For Bobby Jackson, he's so important. He's been in double digits in 33 of the 43 games he has played so far this year. And let's not forget that over the last couple of ball games, Bobby has been absolutely red hot. 21 points against Houston, 18 against San Antonio, and Grant and Jerry, no coincidence, those are 2 wins.
That's right. He also played very well in the loss against Dallas after struggling in the first 2 games of the trip. But Bobby Jackson definitely been huge for the Kings. And Jim talked about his struggles tonight, just 0 of 4, but Sacramento leading this one 28-21.
That ball definitely knocked off of Luke Ridnour, but the Sonics got it back. That's just a simply missed call there.
Murray and Sangala in front of Rimonovich. Kings again look to run.
Right now the Kings really need for Mike Bibby, Bobby Jackson, somebody to get their shooting touches going. Both have had good looks.
It's in and out. That was a good look by Bobby, but it didn't fall.
Sure was. Kings are getting the shots they want. I think Rick Allen has to be pleased with that type of shots.
Bibby and Bobby Jackson a combined 0 of 8 here in the first half. That's a tough pass. Bobby Jackson as Peeler saved it, and finally, and give Anthony Peeler one of those points.
Yeah, but that was an amazing save, really, the pass to Bobby Jackson right through Ridnour's hands. I think it surprised Ridnour, so Kings fortunate to get that look.
Oh, nice double by Sangala. And now Ray Allen kicks out. Here's a long 2. And the Kings look to run again. Jackson. Bobby Jackson. All the way. Puts it up and put that in the book. And send the 6th man of the year to the foul line.
Well, Bobby Jackson, great look ahead pass. Finds Bobby in the open court, and Bobby, watch the strength as he takes the ball. Flip Murray tries to get position, doesn't get it. Bobby using the great body control and strength to get the ball up to the hoop and get the hoop. So it doesn't take Bobby long to go from being very cold to very hot.
And he misses. Rimonovich with the rebound. Sacramento has their biggest lead of the game at 33-21, and Nate McMillan would like to talk it over. So Sacramento now with the double-digit lead, feeling good despite shooting just 38%.
Coming ABC Sundays. It takes most people years to get the home of their dreams. We're doing it in 1 hour.
Let's make it happen.
Each week, a deserving family
Our dad and I are at. It's been pretty hard.
will get the surprise of a lifetime.
The house is beautiful. Oh, honey, I love you and I miss you.
We're not just changing a house. We're changing people's lives
24 hours to go.
and making dreams come true. Extreme Makeover Home Edition starts ABC Sunday, February 15th, 8/7 Central.
Dad, you know how you want to be everywhere I am? Now you can be.
Singular Family Talk. At $9.99 a line, it's easy to keep track of your kids and share your minutes. Now buy one Motorola phone and get one free.
I call it my "this is so much better" plan.
$9.99 a line. Another reason Singular fits you best.
Kings basketball is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the NBA and your Sacramento Kings. As you look at one of the many ferries that go back and forth here from Seattle. Boy, what a beautiful city. Kings leading it 33-21. Interestingly enough, it's the Kings, Jerry, have a plus 12 in the points off turnovers, and that's the difference in the scoreboard. So turnovers dictating the first half so far. As you look at Vladdy and Peja, and boy, they have been playing a lot of minutes and playing very well on this road trip for Sacramento.
And we'll need to get this win. As we see, like an offensive foul called very astutely by the officials. Looks a little bit beleaguered.
Perplexed. Yes. Radmanovic, the illegal screen.
Perplexed, beleaguered, confused, all the above.
Sacramento 4 of 10, Seattle 3 of 9. That's here in the second quarter. Massenberg wants to work. Now they double. And Seattle has it.
Well, really just didn't have anything against Jerome James there. That time Tony definitely forced that shot.
Ray Allen, no. Follows up. He ran into his own man, Jerome James. And now they got Massenberg on a foul. Looked like from here he ran into Jerome.
Well, I think he did. I think they're saying that Tony pushed Jerome into Ray Allen. I'm not sure if he didn't. I don't know where the foul occurred, because no question Ray Allen ran into Jerome James. Now we'll see it here. You see Ray Allen, he's going to miss the shot, able to get the ball over the top of Bobby Jackson. Now he comes into it. Yeah, you see the push in the back. Tony Massenberg pushed Jerome James into Ray Allen.
He's got it.
So Ray Allen at the line. Allen with just 2 points in this game. I want to tell you that Supercuts and Embassy Suites want you to complete the three-point play. Get your hair cut at any Supercuts location at least 3 times from now through February 29th. And you and a friend might win a trip to the Kings Suns game on April 9th. See Kings.com for rules and information. I don't think Brent Berry has a chance of winning that contest.
Well, he could get it cut. He got enough to get it cut 3 times. He could get it cut 4 or 5 times in between now and February 29th.
Oh, boy. These two, that's for sure. Nice passing to Bobby Jackson. And the Kings continue to struggle from the field at 36%.
Well, the poor shooting will catch up with this team because, you know, at some point this is a home game. The Sonics are a good shooting team. They'll start to shoot the ball better as well and take better care of the ball. So the Kings are fortunate to have a lead, shooting as poorly as they are.
Well, again, the only reason why they are leading is because of 11 Seattle turnovers. And Radmanovic fouled. He'll have to earn it from the line. Radmanovic fouled by Tony Massenberg. That will allow Brad Miller and Vladdy Divac to re-enter the ball game. Massenberg and Sangaila check out. So Radmanovic at the stripe. Vladimir Radmanovic, another one of those outstanding Serbian players from Serbia, Montenegro. Good friend of Vladdy Divac and Peja Stojakovic. They had dinner last night here in Seattle.
Well, Radmanovic, very much like Peja in many ways, a great outside shooter. Really just still finding his way in this league. I think he still has an excellent chance to be a star. Maybe certainly not as good as Peja, but definitely has a chance to be a special player.
1 of 2 for Radmanovic. Seattle 4 of 6 as a team from the line. Miller walks in. Easy 2. He's got 13.
As you said, he just simply walked to the basket. Again, Brad just has such a good feel and instincts for the game of basketball, knows when he's open.
Ray Allen is off balance. Radmanovic took it over the back of Miller, and here is Allen with a 3. That's good news for Sacramento when Ray Allen misses open jumpers.
Yeah, it's been a night for a lot of good shooters of getting quality shots but not making them, both teams.
35-24. Bibby, who has not scored in this basketball game, sets up the center. Shot Clock now at 6. And Miller again is fouled. He laughs. He's saying, hey, this is too easy. Is this the NBA or what? He'll try another three-point play.
Well, he just stood right in front of Jerome James. Now, you watch the pass. Anthony Peeler, great pass. Look at where Brad Miller is. He is 1 foot from the hoop. He's got to be happy. Again, look at Brad Miller, the position he has. I mean, you can't give a guy that position. That's where the center has got to step in front. He didn't.
Jerome James out of the ball game with his second.
Certainly, Nate McMillan thinking, what in the world? How you cannot play post defense behind a guy from 2 foot away from the hoop.
38-24.
Try to defend this bench over here for a while.
It's the biggest lead. Brad Miller, by the way, will be taking an in-depth look at him at halftime. Be interesting to see on Tuesday if Brad Miller is selected to the All-Star team. I mean, you know, we do watch him play every night. Maybe we're a little biased, but I mean, the numbers tell the story. He's replaced an All-Star, and he's played like an All-Star. Speaking of All-Stars, Paige is coming in, but I mean, objectively speaking, I think a lot of people would feel Brad Miller deserves to be on the All-Star team.
Well, I think most coaches do, and that's why I expect him to be named. I think the coaches certainly have a good feel. Quite honestly, when fans vote, they always end up voting at least 1 or 2 people on there that don't belong.
Yeah. Well, Steve Francis certainly is in that category. 38-24, biggest lead of the game. Allen has missed his last 5 from the field. Here's Daniels kicking it to Romanovich. That's a violation. They did not get it off in time, and the 12th Seattle turnover, to the disgust of that man right there, the former Sonic out of NC State, Nate McMillan.
Well, that's just poor court awareness. You've got to know the clock better than that. Daniels had a decent look himself.
Bibby, and he's on the scoreboard.
Well, that cleverness of Mike Bibby really got a lot of Sonics to leave their feet, gets to the basket, and under control when he gets to the ring.
Sacramento has 15 points off 12 turnovers. And Potapico, and he now has 6.
Well, Vlade Divac's helping back low, gave Potapico just a too easy of a shot. Certainly he can make that shot.
Sacramento looking to go 4-2 on this road trip.
Well, he used to pronounce his name Potapinko.
Yes, he did.
I could pronounce that, and then he changed it.
I know.
He's got to, he's got to work with me here a little bit.
Stojakovic a 3. Long rebound. Seattle has it. Daniels fouled.
Now watch Mike Bibby. Little ball fake, gets him to the ring. Brings all the jump shooters a little ball fake, gets everybody to fly by him. Flip Murray just flew right by him, and then Mike Bibby uses the up and under to get to the ring and get the hoop. Mike just has all the shots, right-handed hooks, left-handed hooks, just so many ways to score.
That was the 15th foul, so free throws for Daniels. Well, folks, stop by any Subway location for your chance to be the Subway 6th man. One lucky person will be invited to the Kings-Suns game February 29th, and will compete for the chance to see the Kings and Suns play again in Phoenix on April 9th. For more information, visit kings.com.
Mike Bibby is just so clever. He has always reminded me a lot of the great Gail Goodrich in the way of getting to the basket and scoring.
That's an over and back violation.
Well, it was, but he was not goofy dribbling the basketball. And what Rick Adelman's upset about is that now, what would be a foul? I mean, obviously a dribbler's was pushed 2 or 3 times. He's actually pushed before that. So I definitely had a lot of contact. The dribbler can't be attacked like that. I guess you can if you don't call it.
That was a big miss. I mean, Seattle, if they could get to within 9 after the way they've played, they would feel like, hey, they've withstood a major storm. And another turnover. Well, I think the team, Jerry, that can play the next 2.5 quarters with the fewest turnovers, just make them the winner.
Well, right now, both coaches just wanting their team to settle down and play the basketball they're capable. Right. Fortunately, the Kings are ahead. That's the good part from the Kings' perspective.
Kings, by the way, with 6 first-half turnovers, which is not terrible if it stays that way here. Almost a turnover. And there was a touch foul called on Sacramento, which will mean more free throws. It's on Brad Miller, his first. It really has been a sloppily played game in this first half.
Well, the thing right now that if you're Rick Allen, what you're worried about, even though you got a 12-point lead, you know that the Sonics are going to start playing better.
Sure.
And you want to build up a bigger lead so that you're a little better protected.
I mean, really, the Sonics are lucky right now that they're not down by 20 points.
No, if you were the Kings, and down in these certain teams, you feel like, well, you're going to have a chance to win a basketball
I agree
game.
with you.
Because the Sonics have played as poorly as they're capable of playing.
Yep, no doubt about that. Shot clock now winding down for Vlade Divac. Vlade's going to have to hurry. Miller, that did not hit the rim, did it? I guess it did. Christie, look what I found.
Well, just hustle play by the Sacramento Kings, really making the difference here. Brad Miller in particular, and then Doug Christie with a great finish.
2:55 left, first half. Somebody's got a small man on him, and that's Radmanovic. Here's Daniels with a left wing three. And Seattle is within 9 points, and I think they're going to be feeling very good about that situation.
Well, that was great ball movement by the Sonics that time. Really had the Kings on a string, running to a lot of different open shooters.
Kings are standing around watching right here. Stojakovic just scooped off the window.
Well, that's one way to get that shooting stroke going, get an easy basket. That wasn't easy, but getting the ball, scoring the ball, going to the hoop.
He made it look easy.
Well, he can do that. That's what great scorers do, find ways to score easily and make it look easy.
Daniels. And he gets back to Ray Allen. Daniels, another three. And Antonio Daniels keeping the Sonics in the ballgame. He has 12.
Well, the Sonics second chance point opportunities. Early Kings rebounding, not doing a good job on the defensive board, giving the Sonics too many second chance opportunities.
Daniels has scored the last 10 points of the game for Seattle. Bibby! Beautifully done as he eluded Radmanovic standing in the lane.
Another great move by Mike Bibby. Just split the defenders, got all the way to the hoop.
And it counts a foul. And when we come back, Vladimir Radmanovic will be at the line looking to cap it off. Look at Mike Bibby. And eluding Vladimir Radmanovic. Kings with... Well, Jerry, right now I think Rick Adelman's got to be a little concerned that his team has allowed the Sonics right back into this game, and it's right now a 46-38 lead and a chance for a three-point play by Radmanovic.
Well, you're exactly right. That's what I'm sure he was discussing. Obviously not pleased with how his team has performed, especially on the defensive board here lately, because the Sonics have had their last couple of hoops due to second chance point opportunities. So he's wanting to see a little better effort on the defensive board. And not a lot of ball movement on the offensive end. Really players kind of standing around hoping Vlade Divac can create open looks for him. That's not going to happen. You've got to kind of move your body in order to get open.
Radmanovic, who's not happy about coming off the Seattle bench. He feels he's a starter, and he's adjusting to that role coming off the bench. He now has 4, and it's a 7-point Sacramento lead.
Well, you never want players that are happy not starting, but they have to learn to adjust to it and be productive.
That's way outside, but he hits. That's not an easy shot to hook there from about 8 feet.
Now, that's a little bit out of his range, but he made it anyway. But certainly wanting to operate against a smaller Potapinko.
Or Potapinko.
Or whichever.
Okay, thank you.
The Ukraine train.
There you go.
Remember that.
That's easy. 6 to shoot. Daniels been hot here in the second quarter. Kings collapse on him, and a foul with 3 on the shot clock will send him to the line. Mike Bibby inadvertently got him.
Get a good look at Vlade Divac, working down low against Vitaly Potapinko, or the Ukraine train as he turns inside.
They had Daniels hemmed in there, but Mike got the hand.
Yeah, that's
loose.
just inadvertent, really too bad, because Antonio Daniels really didn't have anywhere to go, and it was Doug Christie that maybe got him here. You see Doug Christie and Mike Bibby. Now there's the swap as Doug was going for the basketball, trying to get the ball knocked loose, but hit Daniels in the face.
Now Daniels with 13. 46 seconds left here in the first half. Seattle has done a much better job of hanging on to the basketball here in this, the second quarter. Christie has an opening. Short, Divac, and he's fouled and he'll go to the line.
Well, that time the Sonics got a little of their own medicine. Vlade Divac's a great hustle play. You see Doug Christie forces his way to the basket, able to get it up on the iron. Ball comes off a little bit weird, and there's Vlade inside, gets the ball, takes it right to the rack. Another look. Now watch Vlade work for position. As you see Doug get to the hoop. And great hustle play by Vlade Divac.
That foul off the top of go is second, and the Kings lead is 10.
The Kings would love to get a great stop here and then get one last scoring opportunity.
And a 20-second timeout called by Nate McMillan to set up the final shot for the Sonics. Sacramento shooting 44% now. And Rick Adelman will talk defensive strategy. Well, Antonio Daniels with 14 points, filling in for the injured Brent Berry as a starter and playing well here tonight.
Well, he has certainly a lot of talent, able to shoot the three ball, able to get to the basket. You see wide open here as the Kings looking for other players. Again, getting a clean look, so very comfortable shooting the deep basketball as well as we've already seen his ability to penetrate. So a very solid basketball player getting his opportunity and taking advantage. But the Kings really a 10-point lead now. Obviously be very important if they could get a nice stop here and certainly keep that lead, or even more importantly, maybe get one last scoring opportunity.
20-second timeouts in this league have gotten longer and longer, it seems like, with each year.
Yeah, I think the 20 seconds becomes about a minute and 20 now.
Bobby Jackson is coming in to play defense as Vlade Divac is out. Nobody in foul trouble for Sacramento.
Well, the Sonics will try to probably use as much clock as they can.
Sure.
But at any rate, the Kings will get the ball back.
Hopefully, unless they don't rebound.
And that will be the big factor here. The Sonics will get a shot. You don't want to foul them, make a field goal, and get the rebound if they miss.
That's the 13th, so with 6 seconds left, and Sacramento they're going to get the nice opportunity here. The ball will be inbounded, and Mike Bibby sees the defense sloughing off, and now it's Bobby Jackson. Stojakovic. Oh, Peja with 2.2 left, hits the triple. What a swing that is. Sonics do not get a shot off, and now at the horn, they possibly give Sacramento a 5-point swing there. Stojakovic with 12, Brad Miller, the big man, with 16, along with 8 rebounds. We have played one half of basketball. Stojakovic and the Kings with a 54-41 lead.
Sonics could not have played that last possession. Sonics could not have played that last possession any worse if they had tried, and certainly worked out for the Kings. But to get Page to knock one down, get a stroke going before halftime probably makes him feel a little bit lighter in the feet.
So it will be Bibby, Christie, Divac, Stojakovic, and Brad Miller for Rick Adelman's Kings, and they'll have the first crack here in the second half. Stojakovic now set up to Christie for a corner three. How about Doug Christie? Beautiful passing, and Christie now has 11 points.
Well, and that's just a beautiful play. That was designed at halftime. Rick Adelman, the coaching staff, really set that up and executed beautifully.
Think about that play by Christie. He didn't think about it. He got the ball and just shot it.
Well, here again, that was a set play, so he knew that he really had to do that, and I think that's the beauty of the whole thing.
Romanovich got caught on a switch, and he took the shot over Bibby.
We may see some real fireworks this half.
Yep.
I got a feeling both teams are just really going to start shooting the ball in the hoop.
Stojakovic. Now Brad Miller over Antonio Daniels, too strong, and Radmanovic with the rebound. It's Daniels in the backcourt with Ray Allen. And you see Rashard Lewis, and he hits a three, and that's the one thing that Rick Adelman knew would happen, and that's Rashard Lewis looking for his offense.
Well, and Rashard Lewis, much like Paige Stojakovic, capable of putting up big numbers in a hurry, especially from three-point range. So he's got to be aware of this guy.
And with the style of this game and the way both these teams play, big leads can evaporate in a hurry. Mike Bibby with a two-point basket, and Mike has 6.
Well, great to see Mike Bibby again struggled in the first half with his stroke, but again, one of the quality shooters in the league, much like Rashard Lewis. You knew that wasn't going to continue for the whole game.
Now Lewis from the foul line. Rebounded by Bibby.
Good to see Mike Bibby go in there with the tall timber and get the defensive rebound.
Asia. And nothing but net. He's got 15, and Nick McMillan again up off the bench, and pretty soon he's going to start getting some migraines over there. 62-46, the Kings come out with a hot start to the second half.
Well, I think it's pretty clear, as we saw Antonio Daniels score to the hoop too easy, but Andre Miller should be in there. You guys are just both clearly wrong. Zach Randolph's playing on the losing team. Andre Miller's a point guard and the leader of a resurgent Denver Nuggets. So, you know, what can I say?
62-48, Sacramento with the lead. Christie off balance. They forced that shot. He wasn't set. Look at the hustle by Brad Miller. And a 24-second violation will give the ball to Seattle.
Yeah, Kings just really a great hustle play. Kind of went to waste. Brad Miller got the ball back in bounds. Kings not aware of the shot clock. Obviously did not touch anything.
I guess the question to follow up on that, is it right to penalize a player because he plays on a team that's not very good?
No, it isn't. But if you've got another player that's equally good or better playing on a winning team, I think you should always give precedence to players on winners. That's what the game's all about.
So, in other words, to break a tiebreaker there, that's what you would use. So, here's Christie walks in, layup good, and a foul. And the Kings with another opportunity for a three-point play. But it started with Vlade Divac.
Watch Vlade Divac come in here. Looks like a sure layup taken away by Vlade. Now, Doug Christie goes to the other end, switches hands, gets right to the rack for the nice basket, and draws the foul. Boy, great play on both ends of the floor by the Kings. See, quite honestly, I would have put Andre Kirilenko ahead of Zach Randolph because his team does have a winning record, and I think he's even more important to the overall cause. Not to disrespect Zach, I think he's going to be an all-star.
Biggest lead of the game for Sacramento.
Enough of that.
I'm going to tell Zach that next time I see him.
Yeah, I want you to, because I'm going to take him on.
Radmanovic now sets up Daniels. That was an easy shot. Kings got confused on that defensive sequence.
Yeah, that's just too easy. Obviously, had a couple of guys running at the same player, so the rotations were off. Both teams playing much better offense. Definitely getting into this game.
Sacramento shooting 48%. Brad Miller already with a double-double. Stojakovic. And rebounded by Ray Allen. Peja 6 of 13 shooting in this one. That's automatic for Ray Allen. He's had a quiet night. That's only his second basket.
Well, and you saw how easy he did that. The great quickness that Ray Allen has, able to penetrate right to the 10, 12-foot area.
Now picks it off. He stepped in front of Divac. Sacramento with the 8th turnover. Seattle trying to get back in this basketball game.
Well, they're a very explosive team. Kings fans have seen that already this year.
Miller may need help. And he does get it from Stojakovic. Allen. And it comes out to Bibby. 3-on-2 developing. Christie. And Doug Christie will go to the line. And Christie happy to get to the stripe.
Now watch Ray Allen. Watch quickness as he crosses over against Doug, pulls up in that mid-range area, the 12 to 15-foot area, and scores the hoop. And the good hustle play. Brad Miller knocks it out to Mike Bibby in the open court. Little shovel pass. Here, Doug Christie feels the contact on the left arm, able to take the ball up, get the 2-shot foul.
I want to tell you to visit the Sacramento Kings team store at Arco to get the latest in Kings merchandise. The team store open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Arco Arena, or go online at sacramentoteamstore.com. Sacramento really struggling from the line in this game. They are now 9 of 14. That's 64%, but they lead it by 14.
Yeah, so far I've maintained and actually gained a point from halftime, so it's always a good sign. But Sonics starting to score the ball a little better.
Daniels missing there. Stojakovic now a cutoff. And a whistle and a defensive 3-second violation will send Stojakovic to the line.
Defensive 3-second
violation.
So that's always a great way to get some easy points with the best free throw shooter in the league at the line to get an easy scoring opportunity. And Page rattled it in.
So Miller and Stojakovic with 16 apiece.
Nate McMillan not a totally happy camper right now.
Sacramento is now 4 of 7 here in the third. And Ivanovic really all over Stojakovic. Peja against his fellow countryman forced it.
Yeah, Peja really did not have anything. Radmanovic, nice defensive job. Got Peja Stojakovic into a one-on-one game, and Peja lost that encounter.
Obviously, that is not one of Peja's strengths. That one-on-one aspect of the game from the perimeter, and there's Ray Allen. And there's a loose ball foul. It's on Sacramento's Vlade Divac. Second foul on Vlade.
You know, going back to Peja, certainly he can free up with the dribble, but he's like many players. Once you've used more than 3 or 4 seconds and you haven't gotten a quality shot off the dribble, not much good's going to happen. You need to move the basketball.
Ivanovic fouled. Divac his third personal. That time Brad Miller got beat off the dribble quickly.
Yeah, Radmanovic really a threat to shoot the long bomb. Really just froze Brad Miller, gets to the basket. Vlade Divac's coming over, trying to help, got there too late.
We are almost halfway through this third quarter.
But that's one of the problems that the Sonics really do create for teams, and starting to create there. They have 4 guys that are definite three-point shooting threats, and so you really have to go out and defend them away from the hoop, and that gives them opportunity to drive the ball to the basket.
Kings have a 13-point lead at the half. It's 13 now, and good pressure defense forces the turnover. Bibby fouls Ray Allen. Nobody yelling out to Mike Bibby here because they're blindside there, Jerry. They trapped him.
Yeah, and really, Mike just dribbled right into it. That's also a mistake on his teammates' part and himself. He just gets across the half-court line without really being aware of his teammates. Certainly, you really want to be looking to make entry passes before you cross that line. That's where they can trap you, at the line.
That's the 9th Sacramento turnover. Position on Vlade Divac, and it's an 11-point game.
Showing Sonic showing some pressure. Certainly had some success within the half court. Now trying at full court as well. So Kings got to be aware that they're going to be double teamed a little more often.
Another steal on the Sonics. Oh, that's a travel. And a foul called, and Rick Adamman would like a timeout. He senses Seattle, Jerry, is getting back into this basketball game, and they're using their defense to create some offense. 5:55 left. 67-56.
Sonics are getting back into the game, forcing Kings turnovers. So Rick wanted to talk to his team about how they're handling the half-court trap press of the Sonics, as well as a little full-court look as well, and take better care of the basketball, get a little better ball movement.
Potapiko's first trip to the line as he will try to cut the lead in the single digits. But don't miss the wonderful world of Disney's Princess Classics, coming to Arco Arena February 11th through February 16th. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster or the Arco Arena box office. And there it is, single digits. Seattle starting to make a move here in the third quarter after being down 17.
Well, the NBA is a game of runs, and right now the Sonics are on one.
Divac with Rashard Lewis on him. Will go to work against the smaller player, and they'll go to the line as Lewis picks up the foul, his second.
Well, the fans not very happy about that, but definitely the Kings had a mismatch, went to it very quickly, got the ball to Vlade Divac against a much thinner Rashard Lewis. Vlade able to spin to the hoop, drew the foul.
And the lead back to 10.
Vlade having a smooth stroke at the line so far. Really is maybe shot the ball smoother than any other King thus far at the line. Hopefully it will continue.
And he gets the roll, and the lead is back to 11. It is 69-58 Sacramento with 5.5 left third quarter. Now Patopico has good position.
Vlade is just so big and strong, he's able to actually move Vlade Divac in deep. Vlade may have to consider fronting or getting to the side. He just can't let him get that kind of position.
69-60. And a hold on Patopico from the backside there. He just picks up a second foul.
Watch his last basket. Watch his Patopico just backs Vlade Divac in and gets the ball in the perfect position. Well executed play. But both centers able to kind of use their bulk to get the ball in the positions they want.
Hitty with a good look from three. Short. Miller, rebound number 12.
Brad Miller, another great hustle play.
Christie to Miller, Brad. And that was nicely done by Christie. That's the first assist for Doug Christie, but it was beautifully played in Sacramento, again with that double-digit advantage. And the Kings step out of bounds. Almost created the turnover.
Well, great anticipation by Peja Stojakovic. Looked like he had the steal, but here Brad Miller gets cut off, but able to keep the presence of mind to get the shot up over the defender and make the hoop.
They may change the shot clock due to the fact that Peja did not have possession. So they'll come over to the scorer's table and try to settle things. They're going to go 8 on the 24. 8 seconds on the shot clock.
The shot clock is at 8 seconds.
71-60. Allen is fouled. Christie got him. Second foul for Doug Christie, and Ray Allen normally going to make both his free throws. He's pretty much automatic. One of the league's best pure shooters.
Yeah, when you talk about top flight shooters, I mean, Ray Allen's name is always mentioned, along with Peja Stojakovic and maybe a Michael Redd now from Milwaukee, Allen Houston, so he's among the elite.
Huge difference, and obviously Kings are happy to see him with only 7 points tonight. If you believe in statistical charts like we just showed you, I mean, really, I mean that pretty much says it all. When Ray Allen plays well, Seattle will win a lot of ball games, and when he doesn't, hey, he's a big part of their offense.
He's their best player. He's their best player, and so they need him to score. The scary part is Ray Allen can get 20 points in a quarter.
Right.
I've seen him do it many times, so Kings have to be aware of that.
Christie, no. Miller, and that's a loose ball foul, and it's going to be called on Seattle. They've got the foul on Rashard Lewis. Penalty situation will send Miller to the line. Third foul on Lewis.
Again, Brad Miller just out hustling everybody, getting himself in position to get the offensive rebound. Drew the foul by doing it.
Miller with 18 points and 12 rebounds. And Sangaila will check into the Sacramento lineup. Vlade Divac exits.
It's going to be interesting now matchup-wise to see if Brad Miller now goes to Patopico, because obviously strength-wise Darius Sangaila, I don't think that he'd match up very well. They will see. The Sonics have been going inside more regularly.
73-62. And the count, so go to the line. Fouls on Mike Bibby. And he'll Booth comes in for Patopico.
So you see Antonio Daniels just turning the lane, getting right to the basket. Gets by Mike Bibby out front and draws the contact.
Daniels leading the Sonics in scoring with 20. And now he has a game-high 21. Now the Sonics trying to nibble back, 73-65.
They've certainly fought their way back into range now, so Kings have got a game on their hands.
And the Kings nemesis is coming into the game. Reggie Evans making his first appearance.
Well, Reggie Evans, every game he has played seems to get every rebound, so Kings better keep him off the offensive board. He'll go after it.
Sacramento giving the ball right back, and now that's their 5th turnover of this, the 3rd quarter, 11 overall.
Well, as I said, been a game of turnovers, and really the Kings have had the margin by taking care of the basketball. Now this quarter have not taken care of it.
Lewis. That was good defense by Stojakovic, and Brad Miller wrestles it away from Calvin Booth. Now the Kings go to Stojakovic. Miller with his 14th rebound.
Brad Miller just everywhere, just simply doing a little bit of everything to keep his team ahead.
Shot clock at 10. Bibby creating. Now Christie. Here's a corner 3, and it is short. Good setup with Christie. That time coming up short. And Seattle trying to get some momentum here. By Sangala, and now a foul. So free throws upcoming for the Sonics as Sangala picked up the foul.
That was on number 25, Darius Sangala.
Jerry, the Seattle Supersonics here can cut the lead to 6.
Well, and Antonio Daniels really doing a lot of the damage, penetrating on a regular basis here, getting by Mike Bibby again out front. Sangala has to come over to help, and he commits the foul.
Daniels with 22 points. Bobby Jackson is in for Sacramento, and for the Sonics, Flip Murray. Daniels is perfect from the line, 8 of 8.
And Bobby will be given an assignment to see if he can slow down some of the penetrating ability of Antonio Daniels. He's definitely had a big impact in getting his team back in the game.
73-67, Sacramento on a 17-point lead earlier here in the 3rd. Sangala fouled, he'll go to the line. Another brilliant entry pass, this time from Doug Christie.
Again, Doug Christie with his size able to see right over the top of his defender, able to throw the ball in low. Sangala, now look at Doug, see, he can look right over the top of the defender, bust the ball right inside. There's Sangala, great position. Calvin Booth way too late, comes over, draws the foul as well.
And Sangala converts. That stops the bleeding at 76-67.
That's always good to see Ray Allen sitting and watching.
He got that right.
He can't do nearly as much damage on the bench.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left, 3rd quarter. Deflected out of bounds by Christie.
Doug Christie doing a little tight wire act as well, showing the all-around athletic ability of the Seattle product. Actually, 2 former draft choices of Seattle, Bobby Jackson, Doug Christie, here tonight, playing for the Kings.
Rashard Lewis, and the turnover, and a timeout. Lewis with the hustle, and right now Seattle is taking advantage of what looks like a mentally tired Sacramento team. They're making mistakes that they normally don't make. Turnovers here in the 3rd quarter. They've been a big story. A 20-second timeout.
Well, that's just absolutely no excuse. Martin was around. Bobby Jackson was going down the floor. Obviously, he's supposed to be the guy that the person who steps out of bounds can throw it to. So Sonics taking advantage of a lack of concentration by the Kings. Rick Eidelman definitely wants to talk about it and get their heads back into the game. Clearly, just not good basketball. As you see, Rashard Lewis knocking down the jump shot. over the top of Peja Stojakovic. Songaila takes the ball out of bounds. Really has no one to throw it to inbounds other than Peja Stojakovic. You see the great hustle play. Richard Lewis gets back in, calls the timeout. So good, excellent play by Richard Lewis. Not good play by the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento 17-point lead, down to 7. And Stojakovic fouling Richard Lewis, and he is not happy with that call. And you don't normally see that type of reaction from Stojakovic.
Yeah, Peja felt he got the ball, nothing but the ball on the way up. Official certainly felt otherwise. Richard Lewis getting to shoot the free throw. Now once Peja, does he get his hands in on top? Oh, that looks like that's a clean strip, no question. Hands part of the ball. That is absolutely not a foul. Rick Allen trying to explain it. You know, it can be a difficult call to make, but the hand is part of the ball. He didn't, even if he'd gotten part of the hand, looked like it's all level from here.
And it's a 5-point game. Well, here we go. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Let's see if the Kings can take a lead into the fourth. Fans now getting into it. Jackson, and a foul from behind on Murray, knocking Brad Miller into the scorer's table. Boy, Kings escaped trouble there, Jerry.
Well, they sure did. This half-court trap of the Sonics creating a lot of problems for the Kings. Kings doing a little too much dribbling. Here you see Bobby Jackson allows himself to get trapped in the corner, able to get the ball to Miller. I don't know if the foul hadn't been committed. I'm not sure he wouldn't have been forced to step out of bounds with the basketball, so Kings may be a little fortunate there.
Bobby Jackson almost stepped out of bounds.
Rick Allen wanting to get better ball handling on the floor.
Anthony Peeler will come into the Sacramento lineup for Doug Christie. Christie with 15 points, sits. Sacramento 29-4 this year when they take a lead into the fourth quarter.
It's really uncharacteristic of this team to have trouble with any kind of pressure defenses, so I think this will get sorted out. They certainly have not handled it very well this quarter, but this is a good ball-handling basketball team and a smart team.
78-71. Look at him try to set up Lewis, top of the screen. Lewis wants to go one-on-one, now gets doubled.
There's our man, Reggie Evans, with the offensive board. Of course, the shot was so far off, no one else in the position to get it.
Well, the key is the Kings played excellent defense on Richard Lewis.
Absolutely. Forced him to take a very difficult shot again, looking to try to get the ball to Lewis.
And Daniels has a season-high 25 points.
Well, Antonio Daniels just torching whoever's in front of him that time right to the basket.
Bobby Jackson. Offensive foul. Reggie Evans drawing the charge. Bobby got just too cavalier right there.
Well, it's really too much play off the dribble. Right now, you've seen in the last 5 minutes, Kings trying to do everything off the dribble. Here's Reggie Evans. Certainly position was astonished. Bobby dropped the shoulder in there, so Kings really have to get back to their Kings basketball movement without the basketball.
3-point game.
Well, Sonics just scoring too easy, getting layups, short jump shots.
Stojakovic tripped and will go to the line. We have 35 seconds left. Well, the Kings are in for a heck of a fourth quarter, we can tell you that, because the Sonics feeling very good about themselves. They've cut down the turnovers, Jerry, after a terrible first quarter. They only have 13 for the ball game, well, the same number of the Kings.
Yeah, you know, there's no reason for them to turn it over. They're getting to shoot the ball so easily. Kings defense has really just kind of went south. They've given the Sonics 34 points here in the quarter already. Sonics were held to 41 at the half and ends up with 75. So obviously they're scoring way too easily. And I think you got to give Antonio Daniels a lot of that credit. He was creating stuff for the Sonics every time he touched the ball. You see Ray Allen back into the game.
Seattle had 10 first quarter turnovers. Since then, only 3. And Ray Allen is back in. Stojakovic can make it a 5-point game.
Well, the thing also to keep in mind, not just as a game of runs, but we've seen probably from the Kings' perspective, you've seen everything the Sonics can do. They've had to use their presses and traps.
That's right.
So it's a matter of the Kings adjusting to it and playing better against it.
And Seattle will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. Allen, good look for 17. Miller again with a great rebound. That was huge, and now let's see if Sacramento can score on the final possession of the third quarter.
They'll certainly need to get the last shot, make sure the Sonics have no other chance to score. Great, as you said, just a great hustle rebound, Brad Miller.
15 rebounds for Miller. Jackson. Bobby gonna have to hurry. Rebound Allen. It will count if it goes. And Sacramento will take a 5-point lead into the fourth quarter. Kings.
Easy looks that normally he would.
Kings.
Easy looks that normally he would knock down, but Page are going to get a little bit of a blow here, and hopefully we'll get that sweet stroke going late in this game. The Kings are definitely going to need Page at his best down the stretch.
Ridnour in to start the fourth quarter as Antonio Daniels begins the third on the bench.
Luke Ridnour very solid in his first half stint.
Almost a turnover, and now it is. Good defense to start the fourth quarter. Let's set the lineup for you. Bibby, Jackson, Sangala, Miller, and Peeler.
A good hustle play. Bobby Jackson, Darius Sangala really creating that turnover. Sonics have certainly taken care of the basketball so well there in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's the first turnover of the second half for them. Peeler, that's blocked by Ridnour from the side. And it's going to stay Kings ball with 7 on the 24. Bobby Jackson again helping out there underneath the basket.
Now Kings got to be aware. 7 seconds coming in. Now here's Peeler. There's the shot partially blocked by Luke Ridnour, and you see Bobby Jackson knew that.
Here's Bobby. Wide open. Corner three. Yes! Big basket right there.
Well, Bobby J certainly has been struggling much of the night, but Bobby Jackson, much like a Ray Allen, always capable of going off and putting up huge numbers.
83-75. Ridnour, here's a two. Air ball. Such a bad shot that Sangala couldn't come down with it.
Yeah, just handcuffed him as like a howitzer from out of nowhere. The Oregon Duck kind of feathered one up there.
Ray Allen gets right by Peeler. In and out. Peeler has it. A lead for Jackson. No contest. And you can put that in the bucket. Send Bobby Jackson to the line. You just can't catch him from behind. Jackson starting this fourth quarter with a flurry.
Well, actually, Grant, you're a little wrong. You can catch him from behind. You can't stop him from behind. Now watch this great pass, Anthony Peeler. Here comes Ridnour. Yes, he catches him, but Bobby Jackson's too strong, too much focus. He makes the play, gets a three-pointer. Big play, Bobby J. Great pass from Anthony Peeler.
So the Sonics nibbling away, but the Kings now back up by 11. Boy, is he fun to watch in the open court. That's Bobby Jackson. He now has 10. Good defense. Now Sangala is whistled for the foul.
Just standing there minding my own business. Here's Ray Allen as he penetrates. Well, he's a little bit right there. He didn't. If he had just went completely straight up, he did kind of turn his body, but the offensive player always seems to get the advantage in those things. They're called the principle of verticality, which really almost never applies, even though that is the rule.
This game somewhat reminiscent of the Spurs game when the Spurs kept on trying to get back, and every time they got close, the Kings would come up with a huge play. Bobby Jackson has done that twice here in the fourth quarter. It is 86-77.
Well, certainly Sonics defense much more aggressive now. Really.
That's the 14th Sacramento turnover.
And Brad Miller not able to catch the ball cleanly as we see Antonio Daniels back after a short rest. Certainly a good chance to go after his career high.
Well, if he doesn't get his career high, the Sonics don't have a chance of winning this game.
That's exactly right.
Ray Allen, three-point basket. 86-80. Mike Bibby, here's a three. Not that time, and Ray Allen for Seattle. settled on defense.
The Sonics shoot so many long bombs, it's really almost hard to rotate and get rebounds. And
that's a missed three by Allen. Kings get lucky there. And Miller keeps that ball alive, Jerry, for Anthony Peeler.
Certainly did not have great position, but just out-hustled Calvin Booth to get it, knock it loose.
Boy, I'll tell you, Ray Allen doesn't miss many of those, Jerry, and now it's off the heel of the iron, and a loose ball foul called on Reggie Evans. Technical foul on Nate McMillan, and he may get an early exit if he keeps this up.
Well, really, the reason that was called, Darius Ngala had inside position on Reggie Evans, and that's the circuit official was calling the position. And certainly Ngala clearly, we saw, had position. Evans went over the top of him, got the foul called. McMillan certainly did not agree, got the two.
And Mike Bibby takes advantage of it.
Now watch as Anthony Peeler comes off, has a clean look. You'll see the inside position of Ngala. You see Evans right on his back, rode him right to the floor. Looked like a pretty easy call from here, even though Evans came up with the basketball.
87-80.
You still, as a defender, you got a right to be somewhere.
And a foul from behind on Murray, and that's the 13th foul already on Seattle. That could really come back to haunt them if the Kings get into the penalty early here in the fourth quarter.
And especially if the Kings can start making their free throws like they almost always do. Yep. Certainly one of the better free throw shooting teams in the league.
80% for the ball game currently are the Kings. Miller from 20.
Brad Miller did not hesitate on that, had a clean look, knew he didn't need anything better, and he doesn't. I mean, that guy is a terrific shooter of a basketball for open shooting.
89-80. Kings taking advantage of an off night by Ray Allen, who's just 3 of 16 shooting.
And that scares me to death because he might go 8 in a row here, but Anthony Peeler dogging him every step of the way.
Daniels. And an offensive rebound, Allen. Daniels looking for the three, and now they're running a little two-hander, and he has a career high of 27 points.
Well, Antonio Daniels taking advantage of the second chance point opportunity.
Sangala wide open, a little bit short, and Allen for Seattle. And a foul. We'll send Ray Allen to the line when we come back. Timeout. 8:18 left, fourth quarter.
Look at him bury the three bomb. He won his second consecutive three-point contest, holding the trophy up high, and he's in an esteemed group. Only 2 guys have won it 3 years in a row. Paget goes for it this year. Larry Bird and Craig Hodges are the ones who have done it 3 times. Price and Hornacek each have done it twice. Here's who's going to be in it this year. From the Sonics, Brent Berry's supposed to be in it, along with Rashard Lewis. You see the other competitors, but probably the best story from the past three-point contests has to do with one of the guys who won it 3 times, Larry Bird. You remember, guys, he walked into the locker room after winning a couple of them, and as he walked in, he just said, which one of you guys is playing for second place? Maybe Peja will be in those shoes this year. Brent and Jerry, back to you guys.
Well, I definitely think Peja is in that place. Certainly, I don't see anyone on that list that can beat Peja if he's at his very best. The guy at the line, Ray Allen's not in the contest this year, but he may be the guy that would have the best chance.
Boy, Ray Allen just struggling in all facets of his game. That was his first miss, but he's 3 of 16 from the field.
And that is amazing, isn't it? You know, just an absolutely great shooter of basketball, but it happens.
Yep. Stojakovic in for Peeler, Jerry, and here we go with 8 minutes plus left and a 6-point game. Bibby inside the three-point circle, short.
Well, great look by Mike Bibby, not able to convert, but certainly clean look at the baskets. Kings are running their offense much better.
They want to go down low. Evans. Reggie Evans, 89-85, a 4-point game. And Sacramento just trying to hang on here as the trap comes again, and a foul is called on Seattle. Or is it just going to be out of bounds, Jerry? Sorry, no foul. The ball went off the leg of Evans.
Yeah, it looks like Reggie Evans getting away with he's very aggressive. And, of course, to the aggressor, they invariably get the advantages.
Stojakovic.
Boy, one more more pass, Mike Bibby would have been wide open in the corner. Kings really got to take advantage of the over teams and double teams and pressure that the Sonics are putting out there. 2 or 3, just a little bit better ball movement will get you easy shots.
Allen knocked away. Shot clock at 5. Daniels. Oh, he banked it home for 3. And Antonio Daniels has 30 points.
Well, when it's going good, it's going good. And Antonio Daniels, it's going good.
Bobby Jackson is fouled. And that, Jerry, is the 4th team foul on Seattle.
Watch Antonio Daniels. Shot clock running down. Mike Bibby, good defense. Nothing you can do here. That's just, hey, open a prayer, and it's answered.
Devon's in for Sangala. Sonics have not had a lead since very early first quarter.
One thing we thought when the game started, no Brent Berry. The truth is Antonio Daniels has put up bigger numbers in a better game than probably Brent was capable of. So
no question.
Sometimes subs get their opportunity and they take advantage of it. And Antonio Daniels certainly has, playing like an all-star.
Well, the Kings need for Seattle to pick up one more foul so they can shoot free throws for the rest of the game. Bobby Jackson, automatic. Brad Miller. And Devos picks up a loose ball foul. 3rd team foul on Sacramento. And Jerry, Seattle can take the lead on this trip as Vladdy has just picked up his 4th. And now everybody coming to their feet here at Key Arena.
Well, it's all Sonics now. Heading their way.
A 6-0 Seattle run.
Right now, Sonics playing with a lot of confidence. Obviously, Antonio Daniels has spearheaded the offense almost completely this game and making all the big shots, big plays.
Allen, a catch and shoot. The lead to Seattle. And here comes pressure again.
Kings just have to keep their cool, get some good ball movement. Draw the double teams and move the basketball.
Stojakovic, here's a 3 in the lead. Yes.
Well, that's another great example. Mike Bibby puts the ball on the floor, draws 2 defenders to himself, finds Page at the top for a clean look. Page delivers.
92-90. Allen at 3. Uh-oh. Ray Allen is starting to find his stroke. That could be trouble.
Well, it does mean trouble. Ray Allen's a great shooter. He's got the stroke going now.
93-92, 5.5 left. And a foul will send Stojakovic to the line. Rashard Lewis has just picked up a personal foul, and that's his 5th. Penalty situation. Stojakovic now at 21. Looking for 2 more when we come back. Again, that was the 5th foul on Rashard Lewis, who has checked out of the ball game. Radmanovic is in, along with Evans, Patopico in the backcourt of Ray Allen and Antonio Daniels. Doug Christie has been summoned by Rick Adelman to guard Ray Allen here in the final 5.5 minutes.
Well, it's definitely, this is where this game is heading, for a couple of defensive stops can mean the game. Obviously, right now the Sonics scoring almost every trip.
Stojakovic trying to get Sacramento the lead back. 94-93. Christie will pick Allen up at midcourt. Now they set a screen for Allen. Nice switch defensively. Stojakovic and Christie switching very nicely. Patopico from the baseline. Boy, was that well defended.
And Page Stojakovic really aggressive to the board. That's what you want to see. Purple shirts going to the board.
5 minutes left. Stojakovic from 20. Good.
Boy, a little floater from the corner. Page just a little dribble step away, created some space, knocked it down. Kings a little bit of breathing room, not enough.
96-93. Christie all over Ray Allen, too close, and that's the 4th team foul.
Got to get a good look at Page Stojakovic. Brad Miller hits Page a little little movement away from the basketball, a little dribble to his left, and then fades. That creates all the space he needs.
Rashard Lewis is back in for Radmanovic. Lewis playing with 5 fouls. So the Kings now with 14 fouls. The Sonics will shoot for the rest of this game as well. Lewis. 1-point game.
Well, excellent defense by Peja Stojakovic. That's a difficult shot. Certainly an outstanding player. Rashard Lewis can make it.
Devon's tangled on the floor with Evans. Miller. No. Miller! And he's fouled! Brad Miller staying right with it.
Brad Miller was fouled 3 times going to the basket. No calls, but as you said, Brad Miller stayed with it. Now watch as Brad Miller comes in there. There's a lean-in foul on Ray Allen, but there's Brad Miller staying after it. Vlade Divac hustles back in, knocks the ball loose, which allows Brad Miller to get back into the play. Boy, a lot of hustle play.
And Brad Miller now with 24 points and 16 rebounds. His career high rebounds, 17. Raffle tickets for a 1997 customized Kings Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Available for $5 at Kings Home Games, the Placer County SPCA office, or at select dealerships in the Folsom Auto Mall. All proceeds benefit the Malusi Youth Foundation and the Placer County SPCA. For more information, visit kings.com. Miller makes them both, and Sacramento has the 3-point lead.
Well, right now you want to make sure that Antonio Daniels can't penetrate. Mike Bibby wants to keep him in front of him, and then Doug Christie chasing through all those screens.
That could be going against Seattle. Nope, it's going to stay here. It's on Doug Christie, and free throws here for Seattle, and Reggie Evans will go to the line for 2.
Well, Rick Alleman just beside himself on that, felt that was an illegal screen. I don't know if we have a look at it, but it certainly looked from this angle to me. Now watch it as Reggie Evans sets that screen. He moves. You see that one step into Doug Christie? That's a moving screen. He changed his position. And that's what Rick Alleman is saying. Once he set that screen in the first place, he cannot take that second step, which he did. Doug Christie did not have a chance to avoid it.
Evans not a good free throw shooter. 57% on the season. That looked very good, though. Two-point game with 3:58 left.
Well, Reggie Evans has certainly provided a lot of the momentum for this team. All the dirty work, the screens, the rebounding, the hustle on defense.
1-point game.
Not a good free throw shooter, but he made them both.
Ray Allen on Bibby. Kings in trouble here. With 6 on the clock. Blocking foul. Reggie Evans.
Well, the
4th foul on Evans.
Crowd doesn't like it, and I can certainly understand that. It looked like Vlade able to sell that foul. The crafty veteran. You see Reggie Evans really putting a lot of pressure on him. Looked like he had a position established, but Vlade able to sell it, get a little movement. So very difficult game to call here. Both teams very, very aggressive right now.
Vlade Divac 4-4 from the line. They even out, because I agree with you down here. I don't think that was a foul on Christie. So, hey, they all even out.
That's the way this game is.
That's right.
You're not going to get them to go all your way. I think the officiating crew's been terrific here tonight. This is a very aggressive game, up-tempo. And so, hey, some will go for you, some will go against you. You got to play through it and play.
100-97. Sonics now with the pressure on them. Christie and Ray Allen. Look at that battle going on. Now Miller comes out to double. Allen. Long rebound. Who wants it? Ray Allen comes up with it.
Well, just a great reaction by Ray Allen. King's not able to come up with it, but you got to give Ray Allen a lot of credit.
Lewis looking for the tie.
Well, a spectacular shot for Rashard Lewis. Again, boy, when you get these Sonics to miss, you've just got to find a way to get the rebound. They make you pay every time.
Stojakovic fought through a double team. That one well short. can take the lead. Daniels. Oh, he would love to have that one back. Antonio Daniels may be missing the easiest shot of the night.
Yeah, able to get right into the 8-foot area with a little runner, as you said. Very easy shot for him.
Kings 5 of 4. Look at Bibby! Mike Bibby, and it's knocked out of his hands. What a crossover dribble by Bibby. And when we come back, it will be 11 days, but 6 games. And right now, Jerry, the Kings are just trying to hang on here for 223.
Well, it's going to take some big plays down the stretch. That's the way it always does on the road.
Bibby sets up Divac. Oh, ball.
As Potopico came over, boy, Mike Bibby saw him and found Vlade Divac rolling down the lane. The Divinator with the throwdown.
All right, no threes here, and that's what Seattle's offense has been as of late. Tough shot. And again, a tie ball game.
Well, Rashard Lewis and Ray Allen certainly have come alive here in the second half. We thought they would, and they have.
Divac again. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball.
And I tell you what, 15,000 Sonics fans didn't like it, but a lot of Kings fans did. What a great move again. Vlade Divinator throwing it down.
We have got a dandy here from Seattle, and Ray Allen will go to the line as Doug Christie picks up the foul.
Now watch Mike Bibby. Draws everybody to him. Here's Vlade Divac just rolling down the lane with the little pick and roll move. Now again, Mike Bibby being very creative. A little look away pass. Finds Vlade. Just blasting to the hoop and the throw down.
Jerry, how much of having Peja Stojakovic, as Christie has picked up his 5th floor, creates that opening for Vlade Divac?
Well, certainly it does. You always have to. The floor is spread defensively because of Peja, because of Doug Christie and Mike Bibby's ability to shoot the three. So Vlade Divac, Brad Miller have a lot of room to operate as they go to the basket.
How about Ray Allen missing a free throw? He's an 86% free throw shooter, and he's 1 of 2. So the Kings with a 104-103 lead. Ray Allen has 12 in the 4th quarter, but that may prove to be a big miss. Bibby. Now Stojakovic. Here it is from downtown. Short. And now Seattle can take the lead.
Well, just an absolute open look. Peja definitely looked a little bit like a tired shooter there. The ball just simply short.
Daniels, he's been huge all night. Daniels. Allen, here's a 3. Oh, another offensive rebound. It has killed Sacramento.
Kings just have not been able to get the ball back. That defensive board is killing the Kings.
Christie playing with 5 fouls. Everybody on their feet. Rashard Lewis, shot clock now at 6. They're going to have to hurry. Potopico. Rebound, Stojakovic. Have to call a timeout here. Got to hurry, advance the ball. What a rebound that time. Starts with defense, though, Jerry.
It starts with the great defense, and the finish of defense is getting the ball off the board. Peja really went after it and drew the foul here.
Peja Stojakovic with 11.7 left will go to the line. That is the 6th foul on Rashard Lewis. He is gone from the ball game. Wow. What a finish.
Watch this great defensive play. Here's Potopico going to the basket. Nice hook, just a little bit short. There's Peja going strong for the board. That's the biggest play of the night, no question. Certainly you know that the Sonics did not want Vitali to have the last shot. Certainly Rashard Lewis or Ray Allen or Antonio Daniels, but the defense took them out of the play.
So Stojakovic, who has 25, will try to make it a 3-point game, and then the strategy for Rick Adelman will be whether or not you decide to foul Seattle, which has been shooting so many threes in this second half.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something you're going to have to think about. Obviously, they're shooting the ability to shoot the 3 is scary. If Peja knocks these down, they can't. You don't have to worry about getting beat.
105-103. The Sacramento Kings 11.7 seconds away from capping off a very good road trip. And the Sonics call a timeout. Stojakovic hits them. And Peja has scored 10 points here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back. It will be Seattle possession. As the Kings host the Spurs, 7:30 right here on News 10.
Well, that'll be a great game. It can't be a lot better than the one we're watching here.
Jerry, if the Kings elect not to foul, the one thing they have to be aware of are long rebounds off the miss in an unsettled situation.
Oh, well, absolutely. If a three-point shot's taken, it's going to result almost always in a long rebound, which would give the Sonics another chance at a three. So at some point, I think Rick Adelman would consider fouling if there's several seconds run off the clock before a shot's taken.
Now, if you're Nate McMillan, do you design a three here, or is there enough time in your mind to get a quick two and then get your luck at the line?
I think they'll try to get a quick two, if not, take a three.
All right, let's see what the Kings' strategy is. Allen. Rebound, Brad Miller. Wow, and that's a good look by Ray Allen, but Ray Allen tonight has missed many of them. He's 5 of 21. That would have tied the ball game.
Well, as you said, that was a good look. That was very well-designed play. You see Ray Allen coming right to the corner. Catch. Peja does not want to foul him in that situation. Ray Allen just misses it. There's Brad Miller, as usual, around the board. Here again, another look. Has to. One thing Peja did, he made Ray Allen fade a little bit toward the corner in order to get that ball away clean, and that may have been the difference and caused the miss. It doesn't take much when you're a great shooter.
Brad Miller has tied his career high in rebounds, and he has just put Seattle at a difficult point. Now, obviously, these fans have not watched Kings basketball in the last 2 weeks, or they would not be up leaving with 7.8 seconds left.
No, they wouldn't.
All right, 22nd timeout. And Rick Adelman now telling his guys, listen, whatever you do, don't foul here.
Yeah, the only way you can, certainly if Brad Miller makes the next one, there really is there's no way to lose the ball game. But if he does miss, there's plenty of time for the Sonics to get down and get a three. Like you say, you give them a three, give them whatever they want. Just do not foul.
Jerry, on the road, Sacramento is 30 of 35 from the free throw line.
Well, that's a big-time clutch free throw shooting. Want to point out Vlade Divac, who has been struggling some at the line this year, 5 for 5. So he came up big in just about every way you can. Certainly making hoops down the stretch, but also free throw shooting. Of course, Brad Miller, just what a spectacular game. 26 points with 17 rebounds.
Yep.
That's all-star type stuff, isn't it?
It sure is. By the way, Seattle is down to one timeout left.
Well, right now, what Rick Adelman wants is one more free throw made because he even knows that
absolutely
even with a 4-point lead, there is a possibility of getting tied. So make it 5, and this one's over.
And there it is, 28 for Miller, and a timeout Seattle, their last timeout. And now the Kings a 5-point lead as we go to the timeout. 7.8 seconds left.
And now, another exciting episode of Road Kings, brought to you by the Folsom Auto Mall.
I like it.
If the deals are real, what if tomorrow you could have the car, truck, van, or SUV of your dreams?
Kings leading this one with 7.8 seconds left, trying to go 4-2 on this mammoth 6-game road trip that has taken them to Cleveland, Memphis, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and the Pacific Northwest tonight, Seattle. Boy, over the years, these two teams have played some dandies.
They have, and they're going to be tied up again on Tuesday in Sacramento. But, boy, always good games and fun games. These teams play a lot the same way.
All right, let's see what Nate McMillan designs here. The Sonics are out of timeouts.
Well, they'll just try to score as quick as they can. Obviously, can't win it with a three, so they'll try to get a quick basket anywhere.
All right, Rimanovic. Daniels. Boy, they're taking a lot of time. And that's the ball game. Kings win it. Stojakovic. Peja has 29 points and the victory as the Kings will go home sky high. 4-2 on this 6-game road trip. Sacramento winning their last 3. And feeling very good. It's going to be a fun ride home for the Sacramento Kings. And we'll be back to wrap it up as the Kings hold on They win it 110-103.